welcome. This is Princess Suri coming to you live. Good evening, good afternoon. I'm here today to say hi to people and at the same time to add my to the African community who are fortunate enough to travel the world. I have something that I want to remind you guys what you need to do when you travel abroad.
Joanna. How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna.
Hello, welcome my brother.
Hey, Joanna. Joanna. Hey. How you gonna do me like Drogba? How you gonna do me like
Welcome. This is Princess Suri coming to you live on Northern Unity page.
Busy tonight. Making all the dummy tonight. Your busy body giving me life. Oh, hey, life. Hey. How you do me like Joanna? Jo.
Hello, welcome.
Music is all that we have.
It's always good, right? So let's go with my brother. I love this guy music. The lyrics is amazing. This is Adamba. Hello, welcome everybody. Today I'll be able to do both the hands and everything.
I promise you, darling, you'll be the number one baby. I promise you, darling, always be by your side. Under you, I wanna be on top. La mutindi jajale, mutindi na wanda bizala mwajaba. Amalasi, no temo kontaja na kiti mwajaba. Amadala we, iyoleni, asigari diwe mwana. Soti na ganje ikareke, uyambe libeka.
Hey, my sister Mona, how you doing? How's your daughter?
Your hand, you can let me hold it for you.
My brother, Kwame, I don't forget about you. How you guys doing? Good evening back to you too. Thank you. Okay, hello, welcome for joining me this afternoon, this evening, wherever you may find yourself. I'm gonna start the topic why I come today. My today's videos goes out to the Ghanaian community around the world and at the same time to the Ghanaian traveler, the world traveler. My brothers and sisters, there is something called traveler's insurance. And in the Western world, before you buy a ticket, you are traveler's insurance. In case of any accident, the traveler's insurance covers your treatment. In case of loss of life, the traveler's insurance will take your body back to where you came from. So please, it's only we, certain countries didn't make it like it's must. The first time I went to Cuba, that's one of the musts over there. Before you get a ticket to go there, you have to pay for traveler's insurance and it goes to the government direct. When you get there and you get sick, they treat you without charging you anymore. You won't have any excuses that you don't have money anymore. So I take this day to advise the African, the average Ghanaian, not all, to the small peasant that are able to travel. If you can afford to pay for visa, if you can afford to pay for your ticket, your airline's ticket, you should be able to afford traveler's insurance. It's only we Africans that don't consider mortality to be part of our life cycle. So it's about time for us to wake up and realize that what goes up must come down to make it part of our day-to-day life. To the business community, to everybody that travel, get into a flight to travel abroad, you should always bear in mind that no matter where you go, as a businessman or as anybody, always have something in place, even if it's a short will that you write and let someone sign addition to witness it. In case something was to happen to you, whoever is going to continue with your businesses, in case something were to happen to you, someone in this place, I want you to come to so and so place where you buy your things to take my goods back to Africa or to take my body back to Africa. The traveler's insurance will cover some of these things. But we always come, buy our ticket, get in the plane, and come to abroad. We come to America, we're going to Europe, we're going to China, we're going to Japan. Would I ever think about buying traveler's insurance? Because bear in mind, the people you come to visit, they don't have money sitting down waiting. So if you are able to visit, my homes are open to people, but always make sure you buy traveler's insurance when you travel. Because to be honest with you guys, I don't have $15,000 laying down to help you out. And the thing that people don't know, if you invite someone to come and visit, the reason why they always want you to give them the support or to give them invitation letter to, you are saying that if the person come and they are sick, you are responsible for anything any debt they accumulate in this country. You are the one that are going to pay for it. It's the same thing. And when they come, if they, God forbid, if the person were to die, you, the person that gave them invitation letter, or wherever they come and stay with, you become responsible for their body. So that's why I come today and say, listen, the best thing for people to start doing, we need to be really honest to each other and tell people, if you can afford to pay $1,000 ticket, so the traveler's insurance, some of them are $60. The big ones, good ones, are about $100, and that can cover you for 3 months or 6 months. Why not take $50 to buy something that will give you a peace of mind? I was born and raised in Ghana, but anytime I go to Ghana, I always have my traveler's insurance. Number one, I will add my ticket and pay for it. I have life insurance. At the same time, I have health insurance in America. But my health insurance will not cover me when I'm not in the country. But if I have money to treat myself anyway, I can bring the bill and they will reimburse me. And which is like a lengthy process. When I travel, maybe you don't have enough money, but at least I can afford to pay $50 or $40 to buy traveler's insurance. So please, to all Ghanaian community who travel, to the MPs, to everybody, the moment you get to any country you go to, my brothers and sisters, buy traveler's insurance. You can call them and say, I'm visiting, couple of weeks, couple of months. I want to buy traveler's insurance. And if anything were to happen to you, when you buy, you put the beneficiary name down. Who can call them and say, hey, my sister and so buy traveler's insurance from you. The person need help and the person will stand to do those things to you. And if you don't want your body to become a guinea pig, if you don't want your body to be burned in a crematorium or whatever it is, please, your ends, I'm sure some people care, did I care? I'm already dead. But the people you are visiting, the guilty conscience of them, if you don't want to become liability to people, if you don't want to make your loved ones that are supposed to be mourning you to still go through unnecessary anxieties, do them a favor and get traveler's insurance to cover yourself anywhere you go in this world. Because anytime I travel, I love traveling. And I was fortunate enough to travel the world. When I get into my flight, I don't even think about that. But I always go like, hey, if my time was to be up, I have all these people. My life is not better than them. I'm going with them. I have a big family that I'm with. But at the same time, I still want to make sure I protect my loved ones. I protect them because Africans will believe this soul, our soul continues. And some people even believe that your body has to be laid proper for you to be able, for your soul to be able to rest. And anyone that believes in those things, if you really believe in what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor anytime you jump on a flight, whatever you get, whether you come into Europe or Americas or the Asian country or Australia, do yourself a favor and buy yourself traveler's insurance. If you cannot get it in Ghana, when you come into the country, the first thing you say, and the one that you're staying with, hey, can you help me get traveler's insurance? They will help you to get it. I'm sitting here, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have the money. Because of that, I protect myself for my life insurance, health insurance, and when I travel, I buy traveler's insurance. I have a friend that just lost a son to gun violence. Innocent child got murdered. And guess what? They still have to think about to come out with $15,000 to bury the child. So anyone that don't want your loved one to be suffering for your remains and things like that, please. And we should always make sure to Africans have a will, whether you have money or not. If you come with about your children, who should take care of my children? Sit people down, talk to people. When you have children, it does no longer matter. Your life doesn't become yours only. Your children become first. Let's find a way to make a will. If I were to leave this will, I want my sister so and so to take care of my children. I want my uncle so and so to take care of my kids. Who am I dividing my children for? Let's make sure we have wills. Having a will doesn't mean that you're going to die. Making a will doesn't mean that someone will kill you. You make the will and make sure nobody knows where it is. Till when you depart, then people will search your house and find these things. So please, have in mind, people that you come and visit, you don't want them to worry about things like that. So please, my fellow countrymen and women, to the travel international community, anytime you hop into a flight, make sure when you get to your destination, buy traveler's insurance. It will cover you in case of accidental injury. It will cover you in case of mortality. If you die, it will take your body wherever you wish to be buried. So I come today to say some of this. Some people feel like, why should they even be thinking about buying health insurance or this and that? And to be honest, my fellow countrymen and women, African community that live in a new world, the diaspora, buy life insurance. Please, save your children this agony. Buy life insurance. They will bury you with dignity and still leave some change for them. Because it's so sad that people will die and then the community will go out to search for money to bury you. Will you really want your end days for people to be contributing money to bury you? Our mentality that, oh, we are dead, do we really care? That's no matter. Let's care. And this is why Africans, we are backwards. Because if we plan things well, our children will continue. If you buy yourself a small life insurance and you were to be dead, your kids can still be able to go to university. Your children can still be able to have people that will care for them with the little money you left them. But this is the case that anywhere we go, we live the I don't care lifestyle. We don't live in the hunter and gatherer communities anymore. We don't live in the farming communities anymore. If we are to live in a small global world and things has changed and we travel into each other country, so that the adoption of each other cultures and what they do in their countries. Anyone that live in Europe, my brothers and sisters, buy yourself a life insurance and put someone, your family member, on that life insurance in case of anything and let them know. But do not tell people that you have life insurance, you have life insurance. It's with you. And then even if you have to put it into your tents, leave it somewhere in secret. In case of something, they will take it and your funeral will be okay. Your children will continue to live and you yourself will rest peacefully. So please, people think that talking about death, talking about this is like I'm trying to kill myself. No. Mortality is part of our cycle. Diseases is part of our cycle. You see all these rich people running across the globe, as well as Africans, and none of them ever have it in their mind to buy travelers insurance or get life insurance when you're still younger, and it will cover so many things. When you pass, if you come here at the age of 35, you can still get life insurance at the end of the month, every month. 10 life, you can buy 10 years, you can buy 20 years. You know, some are even like 5 years if you want to do that. You can buy 10 life. If you live to be 60 years, if you buy 20 years and you are able to live to the 20 years, if you want, you extend it. If you don't want, you try to get a smaller one. Because why do you do 10 life? When you have young children and you feel like if something were to happen to me, I would want my children to have college education. So when you get time life, maybe whether it's 200,000, 500,000, then when you pass, the kids' life continue. And when the children are out of college, and you also pass the years you bought this life insurance for, then you go buy it for your burial, your final days. That one is smaller, and it's good to also buy that now when you're still younger than when you wait till you're 50 or 60 years going. The older you is, the more you become closer to the death door. That's how people that sell insurance, that's how they think. And the older we get is the more sicknesses we get. So please, my brothers and sisters, do your families a favor. Buy life insurance. There is no household in America, so when it comes to my husband community, who doesn't have life insurance to cover their families? So let's do this and see, those are the things that we don't do. And the poverty tree is still in each of us house. Because we don't think about the future. We continue to have, why is it that Europeans don't have too many kids? They think about mortality. How many kids can I raise on my lifetime, in my lifetime? And then they consider all this in place before they have children. Because they don't want their children become a burden for some family members who will not care. And what would they end up by doing? Your children will end up by falling through the cracks. That's why they always prepare and plan for everything. And that is what is lacking in Africa, and especially even in the African communities. Let's also change our ways and make sure if we have children, we have life insurance in place to cover the children. And those that are come here, they are on welfare or whatever you have you are using, but that does not make you not to have life insurance. Let's have a will in place. Let's have life insurance to protect your children. And when the children are out of college and you feel like, hey, I don't need any big life insurance, you drop it to maybe 50,000, 20,000 just to cover your final expenses. That's all that we need to do. So today's video is to wake people up. Those that don't know short-term life insurance exists. Those that don't know that travelers insurance exists, whether it's 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, they exist. The people that sell tickets for you, if you call them, tell them you want, where you going, you want to buy life insurance, a health insurance or travelers insurance over there, they have them all. It will cover you and you'll be peacefully. Instead of to come here, you're sick and you don't know what to do. That's why some of us here, you see African community, they don't even go to the hospital because they don't have health insurance. And by the time they get to the hospital, if sickness is already advanced, there's nothing that they can do for them apart from for them to wait to die. Why so? We are the same people, regardless our colors. If you can take my black heart and give it to a white person, and if you can take a white person liver and transfer it into me and I survive, why can't we have the same life experiences? It's just because we Africans have been negligent. We don't think. We do things like we live now. Everything that we want to do, it doesn't matter whether we plan or not. We don't think about planning. Planning is the key to every success. See, Bill Gates and them, how many kids did they have? You go to Bill Clinton. Look at the former President George Bush. How many? 2 kids. Bill Clinton, 1 child. Obama's 2 kids. It's not that they cannot afford too many kids, but they think about their mortality and want to enjoy the children they have before they leave this world. We need to also start thinking about some of these things. And those that feel like, yes, we cannot do that, let's protect the children. Let's give them education. And we, the fortunate ones that happen to leave the continent of Africa for success in this world, Let's don't deny our children the success. Let's get life insurance in place for them in case we were to depart early. So those children, the dream that you have for them, they will continue the dream and your legacy. That's why I come today to talk to people. Please. You know, people don't understand. All my life, I don't know, for some reason, I seem to accept that no matter what we do, we're gonna die. And you know, all my life as a kid, what we don't understand is that our loved ones, when they depart, the spirit continue to live around us. It's only that the body is what we put in the grave. Our spirit live among us. There is no a day that I will pray for guidance from my forefathers, my ancestors. And then I don't know any of my grandfather or anything. I only know my father and my mother's mother. The rest, I don't know anybody. But there is no idea that I will pray for guidance. And I won't see people I don't know. And my father will be part of it for my guidance. As a child, even though I suspect my mother culture that they have something common in their country, I always used to have this, but I didn't know. But for some reason, one of my ancestors was guiding me as a child. For some reason, iron bed is something, no matter where I travel to, I cannot sleep on it. Something always tell me you are not allowed to lay on a metal bed. Up to today, till now, I find out and I say, wow, our ancestors that deceased still linger around us. For some reason, one of my Akan ancestors was with me the whole time from my childhood, telling me metal bed is something I cannot lay on. Till today that I'm sitting here, I cannot see myself to go to somebody's house, whether it's a friend or when I travel, book an Airbnb or some hotels that have metal bed and I say, oh, I'm getting it. I say, no, I don't sleep on those things. It's to show you guys how much some of this thing mean dearly to my heart. Don't think that when you think about your own mortality, it's the end of the world. It's not. It makes us wiser. It makes us to choose things wisely. That's why I come today to make this video. Is to remind Africans that travel abroad to buy travelers insurance for your accidental injury or accidental death. You'll be covered. I come today because of this. Thank you. May the Lord bless it. And anyone that love what I'm doing, my brothers and sisters, I'm doing this for all of us. Share this video. Those that are living abroad, is for us to protect us. If you lost your loved one here and cannot help to take that person's body back home, it will remain with you for the rest of your life. Let's encourage people to get travelers insurance. So I plead to everybody, anywhere you find yourself, whether it's Europe, Asia, or Americas, Australia, help me share this video for them to get it. Let us open their eyes and let them know that if you were to travel, I have no issue of you staying with me. But always make sure when they come, help them buy travelers insurance. And they will not pay, and don't have in mind, anywhere you die, they make sure they know what killed you. Nobody can kill you because of that. So let me say that part. When you die in abroad, whether it's America, Europe, or Asia, or Australia, they have to do autopsy and make sure they find out. The coroner have to know and put that what the cause of death in it. And if someone kill you, they won't even pay the money anyway. So if that's what people think and don't buy it, I want to remind people, even life insurance, if someone kill you, they won't pay the money. So please, anywhere you die, they want to know the cause of death before they pay the money. Let's make sure we remind people to buy these things. I come today because of that. Thank you.